Hi friends, welcome back. It has been a month, let me tell you. I don't actually have an absolute ton to talk about this month, but honestly, it has been just a whirlwind lately. I am going on a trip out of the country pretty soon, and I think just the last month has been an almost overwhelming amount of getting ready for that trip. I haven't been out of the country in a decade, and I really think I forgot just how much goes into it. And last time that I went, I spent, I think, well over a year really planning the whole thing. And this year, this time, we've really only been planning since the end of December. So it's been a lot to cram into just a couple of months. And to be fair, it's a much shorter trip this time. So it also makes sense that we wouldn't need as much time for planning. Last time that I went overseas, I was gone for 3 weeks. And honestly, that was an amazing trip. I have a bunch of pictures from that, which I think at some point would be fun to share with you guys. I do intend to do a video of the time when I'm gone, so probably a little while after I'm back, I will post a video of that in place of one of these vlog videos. So that's going to be fun. I am obviously taking my camera. I might take my mic, but it's kind of heavy, so I probably won't. I'll just do some voiceover over everything after I get back. I think that tends to be easier for me anyway, and I like that style. I think it works really well. It works well for my style of video. So, more than likely, that is what I will end up doing. But, so we're coming up on the trip. I'm not going to tell you when exactly it is. It's in a few weeks, and that's the extent of the knowledge that I will give you. But it is just rapidly approaching, and there's still so many like little things that I have to do. And then I'm pretty sure I told you guys that I was the victim in a hit and run accident late last year. So I had been borrowing my dad's car for months now, and I am finally just now in April getting my own car. So that'll be nice, but having that expense with like insurance and everything on top of going on this trip is just, it's doing a number on my wallet, I'll tell you. So this month has been rather stressful, and I've just had a lot going on. Obviously, so I started that D&D campaign. I've been really trying to devote more time to my painting. I have a part-time job that I've had to put a little bit more time into that has been really fun, but having to put a little bit more time into that, and then still trying to make time for a social life and trying to sit down and write. I did actually end up taking... Okay, so if you've read any of my books, you will know that I usually have one character who is always written in first person, and then the rest of the book is various other characters in third person. So this new book that I'm working on, everybody had been in third person, and it wasn't quite vibing the way that I wanted it to. And then recently, I think this was like 2 weeks ago, I figured out who my first person narrator was supposed to be. So my writing for the last month has basically been me taking her scenes and swapping them from third person to first person, which has been really good. It's allowed me to really add some more personality to her scenes and like give her some more zhuzh, if you know what I mean. So it's been good, but I haven't really progressed in the story as I would have liked to. I've been a little more stationary. I did get myself a little Bluetooth keyboard so I can write on my phone while I'm gone, because I don't want to take notebooks or anything. We're just doing carry-on luggage. So I'm trying to keep it as light as possible. So I figured keyboard, I can even just write in the notes app on my phone, not a big deal, because I can always copy that onto my computer later after I get back, not a big deal. So that's my goal. I think that I have everything. I don't think I need to order anything else before leaving on the trip. See, this is how scattered I am. I can't, this has been me the last month. There are so many things going on, so many last minute things I have to do, so many work things I have to do that I have to make sure are going to be ready for while I'm gone. And, it's a lot. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be, once we leave, I think it's going to be an absolute blast. I am going to have a great time. I know I am. But this time leading up to it is just a lot more stressful than I thought it would be. I know I have a lot more logistically this time than I did last time. I mean, last time I was in my 20s, I still lived with my parents, so I didn't have a lot of the adulting responsibilities that I have this time. So I have to make sure all my bill pays are scheduled, because I have 3 random bills that are due at the time that we're going to be gone. I have to find somebody to watch Jester, which I just solidified that. So I have somebody who's going to come and stay at my house, which means I then have to clean my house so it doesn't look crazy. Not that my house ever looks crazy, but you know how it is. If somebody's going to stay at your house, you feel like you got to deep clean it. Yeah, so I need to get everything cleaned up. I need to get my parents' car back to them and get my car in the garage. There's a bunch of little things that I need to do that are weighing heavily on my noggin, and I'm reaching the point as the date of departure draws closer that I'm just mentally checking off a bunch of things on this massive list of things that I need to do. And unfortunately, that has meant that writing has not happened as much as I would have liked. But I have been, particularly these past 9 days, I have been very particular about taking the time to paint, because, as I've said before, my mental health is just better all around if I take the time specifically to paint. So I have been, despite the stress, despite the exhaustion, despite having a million other things on my mind, I have been making sure to at least take 20 minutes around the end in the last couple of hours of every day and just sit down and paint. And honestly, that has been the best possible thing that I could do for myself. It has helped so much. I've been sleeping pretty well. By the time I get to bed, I've just been like, And honestly, if I don't have that time to paint, I don't get that feeling. I get kind of antsy and I just don't sleep amazingly well. So making sure to take the time, making sure that my mental health is taken care of in the middle of having to get all of this stuff done, and making sure that I still am being creative, but I'm still not letting anything slip through the cracks. So I am still doing all my work. I'm still spending time with Jester. She's sitting behind me eating a bamboo stick currently. If you hear her, you might. She's pretty quiet today. But I'm making sure to still go out and socialize. I'm spending time with friends. I am doing stuff with other people. I'm not just holing up in my house for the last month and a half before the trip. So, and I think maybe that's going to be the gist of today's vlog, is the little thing that I'm making sure to remember in this season of insane busyness is remembering to take specific time for me and specific time for my friends, because both of those are so good for your mental, emotional, and physical health. And I think a lot of the time when especially we as artists, when we get really busy, we tend to neglect some of those things. And I think that's the thing that we have to be really mindful of, is to focus on the things that matter, which are the people around you, the people you love, the things you love, and yourself. Because if you're not filling your cup, you can't fill anybody else's. If you're running on empty, you can't do anything for anybody else. And any of you who have ever had mental health struggles, you know, or I hope you know, that one of the better ways to lift yourself out of that is to be with other people and to put yourself in their shoes and help them with anything that they're going through, because it kind of gets your mind off what's going on in your life and all the stress that you have in your life, and it puts a lot in perspective. And it's one of those things that I highly recommend, and I try to make sure that I do make time for the people in my life and the people that I love. So, yeah, that has been my life for the last few weeks. It has been stress, getting a lot of stuff done, being insanely busy, and getting ready for this trip. It's going to be really fun. I am probably not going to get to do anything particularly artsy while I'm there, but I am going to take a bunch of photos. Hopefully I'll have some good reference photos when I come back. And I will make sure to write, so I'm at least doing something creative while I'm gone. I do want to get some new audiobooks before I leave so that I have stuff to listen to on the plane. So if anybody has any good suggestions for audiobooks, I'm not going to only listen to The Expanse while I'm gone. I do want to try out some new stuff. And honestly, I probably ought to get some new stuff that I haven't read before. So if you have any suggestions, drop them in the comments. And thank you guys so much for listening to my little, 12-minute ramble. I hope that you guys have a fabulous week. Remember to take time for yourselves, for the things you love, for the people you love, and for your pets, because you know what? Your pets deserve pets and love. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. And I will see you in a couple weeks where we're going to talk paint again. All right? All right. Bye, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more chill videos with art.